Hi, my name's Simon Howard and I'm the Marketing Director at Baylor Bristol, and myself and brand ambassador Lee Davey are coming to the end of our week-long trip into Europe to test out our exciting new Endeavour campervan and Alora motorhome range. We're finishing the trip here at our friends at Thetford in the Netherlands, and we've come to find out more about the second new component, which is the compressor refrigerator. So come with me and let's find out more about all things refrigerators. So Lee and I are joined here by Peter, who's Senior Project Engineer for Thetford, and we're standing outside these magnificent temperature-cold chambers, which I believe we're going to get a chance to enjoy later. And we're here to find out a little bit more about compressor fridges. Now, compressor fridges are new to Bailey, but they're not new to you guys, are they? You've been making compressor fridges for how long?
For about 10 years. 10 years ago we started with the first 1090, and we've been evolving ever since, and now we have about 6 or 7 different models.
Fundamentally for leisure vehicles, there are two types of fridge. There's the absorption fridge, which we're familiar with, and the compressor fridge. Could you just give us a brief description of both and how they're different?
Yeah, so absorption has been the main technology for many years for the caravan market. Absorption is a multi-energy source, so you can run it on 12 volt, you can run it 230, but also on your propane tank. A compressor technology originates from the household market. We all have that at home, but the technology has advanced so that we can also now use it in campervans and caravans.
Just talk us through how the compressor fridge works.
Basically, you have a refrigerant in a closed system, and that refrigerant evaporates on the inside, and you have the compressor running at a certain speed, so that will compress the refrigerant, and then in the condenser you'll make it liquid again, and that liquid will go into the evaporator where it's evaporated and you will have some cold. Our products are made to operate in a wide range of temperatures, so from 10 degrees to up to 43 degrees, and especially at that high temperature you will notice the difference between absorption and compressor. Compressor wins easy on the high temperatures.
I understand the Thetford fridge have a very clever nighttime mode. Is that right? Where you can...
Correct. So we in the T2000 models we have smart software, and it looks, if possible, it will go to the lowest compressor speed and the lowest fan speed, and we call that the night mode. Great for battery life, and also great for the planet in terms of reducing power consumption when you're using the fridge. Yep. Also, we since the beginning we used a natural refrigerant, R600, which is very natural refrigerant. It is not very bad for the global warming. And I understand also, because the mechanism is slightly simpler, in the same carcass you can get bigger fridge capacity when compared to... That's true. So we gain on average about 10 litres in the volume, but with the compressor there's another thing we can do, is to make the form, the outer cabinet, adjust to campervans. As you know, campervans have usually a curvature, and we make the compressor fridge fit that curvature, and that's not possible with an absorption unit. Okay.
You mentioned the fridge is a bit like the one in your house. Now, I don't know what your fridge at home is like, but mine certainly makes a lot of noise.
And because yours is very cheap.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. There is a theme here with my money spending. You don't want that in a motorhome, do you? You want it to be as quiet as possible. So how much work have you put in to making that quiet so that the end user has that enjoyable experience?
It was one of our top priorities to get it silent. As told, we have a smart software system, so we will try to get the lowest speed of the compressor and the lowest fan speed possible. And furthermore, we look at the installation of the fridge and where is the cool unit positioned. So all these things concerned, we try to get it really quiet, and we're trying to improve it every day. We have a sound room where we do a lot of tests on noise, and we can look at a competitor and see how much more noise that one is making compared to us.
So say you've put it on night mode, and you're off grid, so you're trying to maximise your efficiency. Yep. What would that power usage be?
I think on average, it depends of course a lot on the very variables, but on average I would say somewhere in the 25-30 amp hour per day. So if you would have a 100 amp hour A battery, in theory, you could use it for 3 days.
From a user's point of view, Simon touched upon the constructor's point, but if you're going somewhere warm, so with the compressor fridge, does that mean that you quite often see people rigging fans up if it gets really hot, sort of 40 degrees on an absorption fridge? So would a compressor fridge do away with that? Is it better at coping with that heat?
In our cooling unit systems, we already have a ventilator, so it's a standard feature. So you don't have to add anything. It will perform easily at 43 degrees.
Okay. I think we're about to find out how well it performs when we go in the hot chamber in a minute.
Let's do the drink challenge.
Yeah, exactly. It's very welcome having spent the weekend in the Dolomites, where the temperature got down to minus 20 degrees.
It's a comfy 43 degrees inside, so you will enjoy it.
So Peter, thanks very much for the fizzy pop. That was lovely. Really interesting setup you got there. 2 fridge setup, 1 absorption, 1 compressor. And the point of the drink test is?
To show the difference that at really high temperatures the absorption is really struggling, and the compressor just keeps it rolling at 2 degrees. So
fantastic test. I suggest you use beer next time. But no, thanks very much. That's been fascinating. Thanks for showing us around, and that really gives a really good insight into compressor fridges, which will be fitting in our new campervan and motorhome ranges for this year. Thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here.